just a bit that goes with the clinical trials really. Placebos. A placebo is it's a drug or a chemical that looks identical to the drug that you're trialing, but it doesn't have the active chemical. Okay, so if you think of, let's think of something like a paracetamol tablet. Okay, so there's a paracetamol tablet like you might have. It's mainly made up of bits of chemicals to make the actual tablet bit, but there is a chemical in there that does the pain relief. So a placebo version of it would look exactly the same, except it wouldn't contain the paracetamol chemical, if you like. So it wouldn't, in theory, actually do anything. And that's what we're trying to show here. If we got a group of people and we tested them with a certain drug, let's have 4 of them, and 2 of them were given the real drug. It was those 2, just randomly enough, and we gave 2 of them the placebo. Okay. Now, what we'd expect to see is the drug would have some kind of effect. So I don't know, let's say this was a drug that made your hair grow, for example. So what we would want to see is the people who were given the drug, their hair would grow. The people who were given placebo, nothing would happen. And that would tell us that it was just the chemical in the drug we gave them that was doing it. Now, alright, that's quite an extreme example. The reason we have to do this is, or we might do this kind of thing, sometimes people react to just being given a tablet or an injection. There's something in people's minds, and we don't quite understand why, but you can give people dummy drugs like placebos and tell them, you know, this is going to take your headache away, and they think it has. So this is a problem if you're trying to do a clinical trial to find out if something works, if people just think it works, because the placebo effect doesn't work for all people at all times. Now, the other problem with this is the ethical issue. Let's say we were testing this time not healthy volunteers, we were testing people who perhaps had some kind of major illness, and we came up with a drug and we said, you know what, I think this new drug might actually cure or prolong the life of these people. So this time these 2 get the drug. Now, it wouldn't be ethical to not give these people a drug, because if it worked and these 2 people survived, well, these 2 people died. All right, fine, we know it now works, but it's certainly not fair on these 2 people. So usually in clinical trials we don't use placebos. What we would use is an older version of the drug, or perhaps the current version of the drug, and the one that we test would be the new version. So we're seeing if it's any better than the old version, rather than is it better than nothing at all. So placebos not used that commonly in clinical trials.